Hey guys, so today I'll be doing the end to one of my favorite what ifs, which is what if Goku was like Beerus. I'm happy to do this and I'm gonna, after I end this what if, I'm planning of adding some new series to my channel to spice it up a bit. So, the way this what if begins is we see Zeno leaving the Universe 6 and 7 tournament arena after talking to Goku and making friends with Goku. And Goku gets given a button by Zeno that will allow him to summon Zeno whenever he needs help, or to teleport to Zeno's palace whenever he needs to, depending on which button he presses. And just as Zeno leaves, two future warriors come in a time machine. This is future Gohan and future Trunks, and they look frantic, and they ask if anyone here has seen Goku. And once they see Goku, they run up to him and they say they need to talk to him immediately. And everyone's wondering what these two strange men in this machine are trying to talk to Goku for. But Goku says, okay, give them some time to talk and I'll listen to what they have to say. And they tell Goku about how in the new tournament of power that Zeno is going to organize in the next 6 months, there is going to be a new monster, a new foe who becomes so powerful. He kills Goku and all the other powerful fighters and all the other fighters in the tournament. And on top of this, he manages to take control of all the destroyers and make them work for him, which makes Goku shocked on what type of evil manages to do this. And they say Gohan explains how he was the only survivor and he had to go to planet Earth and try to protect it for the last 7 years, and only now did they get the ability to time travel to the past to warn them about this danger. So everyone is now prepared for be prepared for what's gonna happen in the next 6 months. So Goku asks these future warriors who they are, and future Gohan says, "You surely can't identify your son. That's a disgrace." And Goku is shocked that this is how his son is gonna become in the future. And on top of that, Vegeta notices his son instantly and he walks up to him and says, "Trunks, is that you?" And Trunks agrees, since he was already born in this timeline, so he has nothing to hide. He says, "Yes, it's me, father." And Vegeta says, "Stand up, boy. I want to see how powerful you became after all these years." So Trunks powers up and he shows Vegeta a form that even he doesn't have, the Super Saiyan Blue evolution form, which is 20 times stronger than the normal Super Saiyan Blue transformation. And Gohan shows Goku something he had been trying to do, which was mixing Destroyer Ki with Super Saiyan 3. So Gohan transforms into the Super Destroyer 3 form, which makes Goku amazed on what his child was able to do. So both of them tell Goku that this new foe is even more powerful than what they're displaying right now, and they didn't have any way to beat them. But then Goku tells Gohan and Trunks asks them if they know about something called fusion. And Gohan and Trunks are confused and they say, "No, we haven't heard of this before." And Goku says, "As I was there was a day I was bored, so I was just traveling throughout the universe, and I even visited the other world, King Kai's world, and some other dimensions. And I met some guys named Metamorans, and they taught me a dance called the fusion dance. This dance combines the power of two warriors into one warrior, and this warrior is immensely powerful. The only drawback is that after 30 minutes, this warrior defuses into the two warriors that he came from." So Goku then teaches Trunks and Gohan this fusion dance, giving them the ability to become the most powerful warriors in the universe. And then, after this, we now see Goku taking the other Z fighters to planet Earth to train them for this upcoming battle. But Goku asks Trunks and Gohan the name of this monster that killed them, and they tell him that the enemy's name is Majin Buu, the destructive force that has been in Universe 7 from its beginning. With Beerus listening in, this makes him worried since he heard about Buu, and it turns out that Buu was actually the one that killed the destroyer before him by killing the old Supreme Kai and absorbing him. So this makes Beerus worried since he knows that if this Buu is able to become so powerful, he doesn't stand a chance against him. So Beerus, on top of this, starts training by himself. He says, Whis, take me to that time chamber that you have in your staff. I want to be training for 20 years. And Whis says, okay, Beerus, let's see how strong you can really become. I won't be going easy on you. And Beerus says, I wouldn't want it any other way. There's no way I'm dying to a nonsense pink blob. So, Beerus starts training with Whis inside of the time chamber. In the meantime, Whis says, I'll be training with Lord Beerus. So in the meantime, I will give you an angel in training called Beerus, who will be able to assist you. So, if you don't know, Beerus is a new character that comes out in the Dragon Ball Super manga. So, I'm not gonna tell you anything about the manga in case you haven't watched it, but just know that Beerus is a character from there. So Beerus comes and he says, I hear that you, Goku, have actually almost mastered some new power, which is the Ultra Instinct state. But I see you still have some ways to go. And on top of this, I hear you, Vegeta, have gotten to the point where you have evolved your Super Saiyan Blue transformation, and you are on the way to becoming immensely powerful. I hear there was a Kai back in the day who was able to unlock potential, which is something Vegeta will take you to a whole other level. And for you, Goku, I recommend that you train with me in your hyperbolic time chamber for 3 years, and I promise you, Mastered Ultra Instinct won't be the only thing you'll unlock. And on top of this, Goku says, can I come with Gohan? Gohan has the potential to even become more powerful than me, and my father Bardock, who has similar potential to me. To which Beerus agrees. And in the meantime, Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa go to get their potential unlocked by Old Kai. So, now I'm gonna skip 6 months towards the Tournament of Power. We now see a whole new team for Universe 7. In Universe 7, the first warrior is Goku, second warrior Vegeta, third warrior Raditz, fourth warrior Bardock, fifth warrior Vegeta. So there's Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, Bardock, then Paibara, then Piccolo. This Piccolo has fused with Kami, and on top of this, he fused with all the Namekians on planet Namek to make a super Namekian warrior. And he even trained with Beerus for 1 year. The 8th warrior, we have Gohan. For the 9th warrior, we actually have Android 17, who was revived for this one situation. And for our 10th warrior, they revive King Cold and Frieza, and they think which one would actually be better when compared to Android 17. And they decide that instead of getting Android 17, they revived King Cold and Frieza to fight. So, these are the 10 warriors that will be fighting for Universe 7. And in Universe 9, something weird is going on. We see an evil wizard possess the destroyer for Universe 9, the Kai for Universe 9. And on top of this, he knocks out and makes the angel for Universe 9 inactive, meaning that the angel can't do anything to stop him. And on top of this means that the destroyer for Universe 9 now works for this evil wizard who has been training himself in his magic powers for this moment. Now for Universe 9, we have the trio de dangers, and on top of this, they have a mysterious egg that is sitting in the arena with them that they charge power into, and it hatches into a pink blob. And instead of it being Fat Boo, it's actually Super Boo, since Babidi did his research and did not want an idiot in his team, so he instead used magic on Fat Boo and morphed him into Super Boo, who is clever and evil enough to be controlled by Babidi. So now Universe 9 has a new fighter, which is Majin Buu. And on top of this, Babidi enters himself into this competition, so he'll be able to use his magic to influence the fighters. So now the universe begins. We see Goku and the rest of Universe 7 knock out Universe 10, Universe 8, and on top of this, you would think they would knock out Universe 6, but Universe 6 was prepared, and we now see a Frost with golden that has also unlocked the golden form. On top of this, we see Kaba, who has Super Saiyan Blue now, Caulifla and Kale, who also both have Super Saiyan Blue. And when Kale goes berserk, it manages to knock out Piccolo, and on top of this, it knocks out Nappa. So Kale is getting out of control and no one's able to handle her until we see Jiren using one blast knocking her out and leaving her almost getting out of the ring before getting saved by Hit. So now, Hit is actually much stronger than before, and his time skip is even more powerful. So they managed to take out Universe 4, Universe 5, and all the other universes actually get taken out, other than Universe 9, Universe 7, Universe 6, and Universe 11. So Jiren and Toppo and Dispo are the last warriors for Universe 11. And they see in Universe 6 Caulifla and Kale fusing into this warrior called Kefla. And they realize that this is something they can copy. So the Kai from Universe 11 hands Toppo and Dispo the Potara rings. And since Jiren does not want to be part of such a useless fusion, since he is already strong enough already, Toppo enters his destroyer state, with Dispo going to his full power. They both put on the Potara rings and they fuse into a new warrior, this Toppo. And this warrior has immeasurable power. Like, Jiren is actually regretting not being part of this fusion, since this power is almost able to eclipse him, and this warrior is on a whole different plane of power. So this warrior has the speed of Dispo, which is unable to be matched. Remember, this Dispo was faster than Golden Frieza even, and Gohan combined. They couldn't outrun him, and now he's fused with the tank destroyer Toppo, who has a lot of power, into one warrior of immeasurable speed and strength. So this warrior beats up Kefla and knocks her out of the ring, leaving Kaba there. Kaba in immense rage and knocks Super Saiyan Blue 2 and is able to stay in the ring for a bit longer until he has a fight with Vegeta, to which Vegeta knocks him out but promises to bring back his universe, meaning Universe 6 gets erased now. And on top of this, we now see Universe 9 being silent, as no one knows what is going on until we see a brand new Boo. This Boo has absorbed the trio de dangers and has become one dangerous warrior, Bugarmo. This warrior starts joining the fight with Topo and Dispo, with this fusion of Topo and Dispo, and they start fighting. Every punch that Boo gets makes him stronger. He gets bigger and bigger and bigger. He starts cloning himself, and before this Topo knows what's going on, he gets absorbed by Super Boo, making Boo more powerful than anyone could have thought. He now becomes Boo Topo, a brand new absorption. And on top of this, Babidi starts working his magic on all the destroyers in the arena, and half of the destroyers become possessed by Babidi. Beerus even gets possessed due to his anger that Goku had surpassed him. And the only destroyers that don't get possessed are the ones from the universes that didn't fight in the tournament. And since angels aren't allowed to interfere, and Zeno thought that this was a fun tournament and just got even more fun, he allows this to go on, since Babidi technically isn't breaking any rules, which means we now see 6 destroyers jump into the ring, which makes Babidi smile. It's all part of his plan to take over the multiverse. Now these destroyers now launch themselves at Goku and Vegeta and Gohan, and they have to find a way to defeat them. Gohan shows his new Ultra Instinct Destroyer form, which rocks the arena, and Gohan manages to take out half of the destroyers, and Goku, using his normal destroyer form, not even Ultra Instinct, takes out the others, which shows how strong Goku has actually gotten. And Bardock, in the meantime, is fighting against Babidi, and he realizes there is no need to be in such a fight against a weak wizard like this. So while Babidi is still fighting, he launches a blast at Babidi, which destroys him. But what they didn't realize is there was one destroyer they didn't destroy, which was Beerus. And Beerus steps out and says, My, you sins. You've been making me too worried on your power. It's time that I eliminate you once and for all. Since Beerus has been possessed by Babidi, and Babidi had much stronger magic, his possession actually even continues for 2 days after he's killed. So Beerus now fights against Bardock, and Beerus comes and launches himself at Bardock and says, You're the reason that these Saiyans now have Destroyer Key. I will take you out once and for all. And Bardock says, It's time that I repay you for the power you have given me. And thank goodness I unlocked it again to be able to use against you. So Bardock against Beerus now happens, and they are equally matched, since Bardock is in his Super Destroyer 2 form against this new Ultra Instinct Beerus. When Beerus then masters his Ultra Instinct and beats up Bardock, until Bardock closes his eyes. His hair goes white with a purplish shade, and he opens it, fully mastering Ultra Instinct and the Destroyer form. This is a fight that shakes the universe, until Bardock gives this Beerus one kick using Kaioken times 25, which fully removes Beerus from the fight, making Bardock the winner. And just before he celebrates, he gets absorbed by Boo also, making Boo even stronger than anyone would have realized. Boo then springs to action, realizing that he is the last fighter left who isn't part of Universe 7 in this tournament. So he absorbs every single fighter who's in the ring, except for Goku and Vegeta. These are the last warriors left. And Vegeta looks at Goku and they say, "This is our only chance, Kakarot. Give me the Potara earrings." And they use a new form of fusion, Metamoran fusion mixed with the Potara. So while wearing the Potara, they launch themselves in a fusion dance, which allows for a new form of fusion, Potara mixed with Metamoran fusion, which gives the ability for the fusion to last. Instead of only 1 hour or 30 minutes, this fusion lasts for 4 hours, giving this new fusion enough time to win the fight. This new Vegito, or Gogeta, whatever you'd like to call him, then beats up Boo using his mastered Ultra Instinct on top of his Destroyer form, and on top of this ultimate power. He uses the ultimate form because the old Kai unleashed Vegeta's potential, and it's not even a fair fight. Boo is battered, bruised, he's struggling to regenerate, and then he comes up with the idea to absorb this Gogeta. And just as he thinks he's gonna do it, the same thing as in canon happens, and Vegito uses a key shield to protect himself. Then while inside this version of Super Boo, he removes all the warriors he absorbed, except for Frieza, King Cold. Since Super Boo absorbed them while they were in the stands, since I said Super Boo absorbed basically everyone, he removes everyone except for Frieza, King Cold, and a few other fighters. And Zeno says, "Since this fight is almost over and I'm getting a little bored, killing is now allowed." So, as Vegito thinks it would be funny to free Good Boo from this fusion, and since Super Boo is begging him not to, he then releases Good Boo from this fusion, which means that this being morphs himself into Kid Boo, which is a destructive force with no mind of his own. And this Kid Boo still has Cooler and Frieza absorbed in him, which gives him a greater boost of power. And then just as this new version of Vegito is about to fight, his fusion runs out due to the great amount of power he was exerting, which means that Goku and Vegeta have to find a way to defeat this being. So Goku thinks, and he decides to use his final resort. He raises his hands and he says, "Everyone from whichever universe, we need to team up against this one foe and require your assistance. Please help me, or else we are all doomed." And Zeno tells all of them, "If you don't kill this threat, I will destroy the multiverse, leaving nothing left." So, this means that everyone helps Goku charge his blast. Goku then creates a super giant spirit bomb mixed with Destroyer Ki and Ultra Instinct Ki, meaning that this spirit bomb is double the size of the arena itself, and it's almost looking Zeno right in the face, and he says, "Wow, big energy ball, so cool." Now this is a fight I was waiting to see, and Goku charges all he has left into this one blast, releasing all his destroyer energy into this blast, which turns it a shade of purple. He then condenses this big spirit bomb into the size of his hand, making this ball very tiny, and then he goes in front of this Kid Buu and says, "Hakai." The energy that lands into Buu is so powerful that he couldn't do anything to stop it. He tries splitting himself away from the blast, but the energy just follows him wherever he goes. Every piece of him getting destroyed, inch by inch, centimeter by centimeter, piece by piece. And as Buu is slowly disappearing, he gives one last gasp of air till it all goes silent. And the threat named Buu, on top of Frieza and King Cold, are vanquished for good. Now, everyone celebrates Goku as a hero for saving the multiverse, and Zeno personally rewards him with his own unlimited use of the Super Dragon Balls, as long as it's not for evil intentions. And Goku uses his first Super Dragon Ball wish to revive all the universes that were destroyed. On top of this, he then decides not to revive Frieza and King Cold, since they were evil and they would be more harm than good anyway. And on top of this, Beerus tells Goku personally not to revive them due to the fact that they can become threats in future. And Goku is then offered a position as one of the protectors of Zeno, and is given the opportunity to have Omni Ki. But Goku says, "Don't worry, Zenny, I don't need that power. I hate getting power for free. The only power I'll accept is my destroyer key, and one day I will train to the point where maybe we will be able to have sparring matches for fun. But until that day, I will train and work to protect planet Earth, and I will train to become the strongest in this universe." So after this speech, Goku is given the ability to enter any universe or any timeline he wants. So Goku enters future Gohan and Trunks' timeline and kills the evil Buu and Babidi from their timeline and saves the universe and the multiverse, making this everywhere in this What If a place of general peace and prosperity. So this is where I leave off this What If. I hope you enjoyed it, and it took a lot of effort. Like, it was supposed to come out 2 days ago, but then I didn't like the way I did. This is the fourth draft, this is the fourth attempt at this What If. So since I like the way I ended it at this point, this is probably the one I'm gonna post. So I hope you enjoyed it and have a good day. Please like and subscribe, since it motivates me to post more videos, and I just overall hope that you have a good day. Bye, and see you next time.